The city that refused to sink, the dagger that never missed, and the spice that bound the world. Once there was a swamp that no empire wanted. It stank of salt and rot, breathed with the tides like a sleeping leviathan, and swallowed sandals whole. Rome glanced at it, shuddered, and walked away. Invaders trampled past it, too busy burning marble cities to waste time on mud that giggled when you stepped in it. But then the world cracked. Empires fell like overripe fruit. Armies turned into ash, and from the smoke and ruin crawled the desperate. Families clutching toddlers and broken icons, nobles with nothing but rings and regrets, fishermen who'd rather drown than be speared. They looked at the lagoon and whispered, "No one will follow us there." So they waded in. They drove oak logs into the slime, millions of them, until the mud stopped sucking and started holding. They built huts on stilts that turned into palaces on prayers. Every beam, every brick, every marble cherub gazing down from a crumbling balcony was balanced on a forest drowned centuries ago, preserved not by magic, but by the cruel kindness of oxygenless water. Venice was not planned, it was refused to die. It rose like mold on bread, quiet, persistent, beautiful in its defiance. And while Venice learned to float, another kind of order was growing in the mountains. High the Elborz range, where eagles nested and clouds clung like ghosts, a fortress called Alamut clung to a cliff no sane man would climb. Within its walls, a man named Hashashin ruled not with armies, but with silence. His disciples were not drunk on hashish, as the rumors claimed, but drunk on certainty. They fasted, they studied. They memorized the stars and the sutras, the anatomy of a jugular, and the grammar of a whisper. To them, a single blade in the right hand, at the right moment, could unravel a kingdom more surely than 10,000 swords. They did not kill for chaos. They killed to say, "We see you. We reach you. You are not safe." A vizier wakes to find a dagger on his pillow. A king-elect falls in a street of Tyre, stabbed by monks who vanish like smoke. Crusaders cross themselves. Sultans post double guards. Yet Alamut remains untouched, not because it is strong, but because fear is its moat. Hassan never left his citadel. He ruled through letters, through dreams, through the unbearable weight of a name spoken only in hushed tones. Hashashin, assassins, not fanatics, philosophers with knives. And far below, threading through deserts and oases, linking Venice to Alamut not by road but by appetite, flowed the Silk Road. It began not with silk, but with hunger. A Persian merchant shares flatbread with a Chinese envoy under a sky heavy with stars. A Mongol horseman sips buttered tea beside an Arab scholar grinding cardamom into coffee. In a caravanserai thick with smoke in a dozen languages, a pot of abgoost lamb, chickpeas, dried lime simmered for 3 days, it sent a promise of civilization in a world of sand and silence. Spices traveled farther than armies, saffron like captured sunlight, black pepper sharp as betrayal, cinnamon curled like secrets. Food was the first diplomacy. Bread broken between strangers became a covenant. Dumplings wrapped in dough like tiny worlds carried the taste of home across 1,000 miles. Noodles stretched thin as hope in Tang China became lagman in Samarkand, then pasta in Venice. The same hands that salted fish in Norway traded amber for dates in Bukhara. The same wind that dried Viking stockfish on fjord-side racks also carried the perfume of Persian rosewater into Mongol yurts. Civilization didn't march. It ate, and so in time Venice grew fat on this trade. Its palaces shimmered with Byzantine mosaics and Indian silks. Its canals reflected not just sky but ambition. While Alamut burned under Mongol fire, its libraries turned to ash, its scholars to ghosts. Venice flourished, built on the very currents of exchange the Hashashin had tried to control with fear and precision. The sea, of course, was always watching. It crept into basements. It licked at marble steps. It left salt in the cracks like a slow poison. But Venetians shrugged. They raised their thresholds. They moved their beds upstairs. They built the Rialto Bridge, a single stone arch daring gravity to blink, and walked across it singing. Because what is a city, if not a performance? Venice didn't survive because it was strong. It survived because it refused to stop being beautiful. 5 centuries later, the wooden piles still hold. The canals still gleam. Tourists splash through Acqua Alta, snapping selfies, unaware they stand on a miracle of stubbornness. Alamut is dust, but its name lives in spy novels and video games, and the word assassin spoken daily across the globe. And on your kitchen shelf, that jar of saffron, those cinnamon sticks, the black pepper grinder, they are relics of the Silk Road, tiny, fragrant testaments to a time when the world was stitched together, not by borders, but by bowls of stew shared under desert stars. So here is the truth, whispered by history. Empires fall, fortresses crumble. But a city built on denial? A brotherhood forged in silence? A flavor carried across mountains? Those against all reason endure, not because they won, but because they refused to vanish quietly.